Alright students, today we will be taking up the topic, are the crystal of salts really dry? Okay, you come to page 32 of your book. Alright, let us see this experiment 2.15. Heat a few crystal of copper sulfate in a dry boiling tube. Okay, what is the color of the copper sulfate after heating? Do you notice water droplet in the boiling tube? Where have this come from? Add 2 to drop of water on a sample of copper sulfate obtained after heating. What do you observe? Is the blue color of the copper sulfate restored? Okay, what they are doing is they are heating a copper sulfate. After heating a copper sulfate crystal, okay, what they are getting is they are getting a droplet of water in a test tube. All right, so why are we getting a droplet of water in a test tube? All right, they are asking. And second is, after some time again, if we are adding some drops of water in this setup, okay, in the product that we are getting, then what is happening? All right, now copper sulfate crystal, which seems to be dry, contain water of crystallization. Okay, copper sulfate will always remain in a crystal. Okay, and that crystal will contain water in it. Okay, and that water is known as water of crystallization. Okay, we write in this way formula: if something is having water in it, okay, then that water will also come within the formula of that compound only. Okay, CuSO4 dot 5H2O, that means this dot 5H2O means water of crystallization. Water of crystallization means the water which is helping these copper sulfates to become in a crystal shape. Okay, crystal type. Now copper sulfate crystal, which seem to be dry in a dry, contain water of crystallization. When we heat the crystal, this water is removed. See, we got a drop of water in a test tube, right? Because the water of crystallization was removed when we heated the crystal. Okay, and it turns white. All right, and salt turns white. It was for in blue color. Okay, blue color crystal, but now it has turned white. If you moisten the crystal again with water, you will find that blue color of the crystal reappears. Okay, again if we are putting water, then what we see, the blue color of that crystal has reappeared. Water of crystallization is fixed number of water molecule present in one formula unit of a salt. You underline this please. Water of crystallization is the fixed number of water molecule present in the formula unit of that salt. Okay, 5 water molecule are present in the formula unit of copper sulfate. Chemical formula of hydrated copper sulfate is CuSO4.5H2O. That means in the copper sulfate, in the formula unit of copper sulfate, there are 5 water molecule attached. Okay, that means in one molecule of copper sulfate, 5 water molecule is attached. Okay, now you would be able to answer the question whether the molecule of Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, is wet. Okay, see, sodium carbonate dot 10H2O is wet. Yes, obviously it is wet because it is containing 10 molecules of water of crystallization, isn't it? Now one other salt which possesses water of crystallization is gypsum. Okay, we studied about copper sulfate, now we are studying about gypsum. Okay, it has 2 water molecule as water of crystallization. It has the chemical formula CaSO4, okay, dot 2H2O. Let us look into the use of this salt. Now we are reading about gypsum, that is calcium sulfate. Okay, and this is dehydrate. Okay, calcium sulfate dehydrate. And now on heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin, it loses water molecule and become calcium sulfate hemihydrate. It was dihydrate, now it has become hemihydrate after we heat. See, CaSO4 dot half H2O. Before the water molecule was 2 molecule, but now the water molecule is only half. Okay, this is called plaster of Paris. When the water molecule is half in gypsum, okay, water of crystallization is half in gypsum, then the gypsum become plaster of Paris. When the water of crystallization is 2 water molecule, there is 2 water molecule in CaSO4, okay, calcium sulfate, then that particular compound is known as gypsum. But when the water molecule is half in CaSO4, then that molecule is known as plaster of Paris. Okay, plaster, the substance which the doctor uses, plaster of Paris, for supporting fracture brain, okay, sorry, bones in the right position. Plaster of Paris is white powder, and on mixing with water it changes to gypsum, once again giving a solid mass. Now again what happens, plaster of Paris is like a powder, and if we are adding water in that powder, then what happen, it will again turn to gypsum. Okay, gypsum after losing water will turn to plaster of Paris, and plaster of Paris after gaining water will turn to gypsum. See, CaSO4 dot half H2O plus 1.5 water giving you CaSO4 dot 2H2O, that is gypsum. Okay, note that only half of water molecule is shown to be attached as water of crystallization. Okay, see, only half water molecule is shown to be attached, but this is never possible. Can you like take half water molecule, can you break the water molecule into two half H2, half H2? No, that is never possible. It will break into hydrogen and oxygen, but it will never break into half H2 and half H2. Okay, so the real formula is this 2CaSO4 dot H2O. This means 2 calcium sulfate, okay, is sharing one water molecule. So when we are writing only about one molecule, then CaSO4 dot half H2O we are writing, because see, 2 is sharing 1, so 1 will be taking only half, another molecule will be taking half. It is just the written format, but it is not, it does not happens. Okay, now note that only half of water molecule is shown to be attached as crystallization. How can you get half water molecule? It is written in this form because 2 formula unit of CaSO4 share one molecule of water. Plaster of Paris is used in making toys, materials for decoration, and for making surface smooth. Okay, and try to find out why is calcium sulfate hemianhydrate called plaster of Paris. Okay, you need to find out, this is your task. All right.